You fuck it is, man. It's big L's in this bitch, you heard me. You niggas mad or nah? Real quick, bro. Real quick, cause we about to get straight to the beans and rice as usual. Look, Henny man. Yo, Henny, you clearly chose a side, bro. Like, let's keep it a bean. Feel me? Look, matter of fact, let the record show that this is not a safe place. The truth reside here. All my words got squatter rights. We about to keep it a bean. Bro, you clearly chose a side in that video. I just watched your latest response. Well, you was pretty much speaking on ARP responding to Smack. It was like hella tweets. Them videos be informative because I ain't know none of this was happening. I need to get on Twitter more. I really don't be on Twitter unless I get mentioned or some shit like that or I want to post something. But the video was very informative. I didn't know that ARP said any of that shit. I didn't even know he responded to it. You feel me? I seen the title of the video and I clicked it. But in the video, you sound biased, bro. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. You sound very biased in this video. That's why I say you chose a side. It's evident. You can hear it in your words, like what you're saying, how you're saying it, that like you agree more with URL. You feel like they're the victim in this. I don't want to say the victim, like they losing or something, but they're right and RBE is wrong. You was giving backhanded compliments, bro. You was insulting them, bro. Like, let's fuck that. We gonna keep it a bang. You was insulting RBE. You was insulting ARP. I took notes this shit. Hold up, bro. I took notes. We can get into it. Cause there's some of this shit that I want to break down. I don't feel like some of what you said is accurate. You feel me? So all right. You said all ARP wanted. You said all ARP wanted was some acknowledgement. I don't feel like that's true, bro. I feel like that's very disingenuous, bro. Like, to say all he wanted was some acknowledgement throughout this whole situation, right? In spite of everything that transpired between the two parties, like, you gonna say all that nigga wanted was some acknowledgement? Fuck no, I can't agree with that. I'm not jacking that, bro. All he wanted was some acknowledgement, yo. No, he want the nigga to stop portraying. Let's just say we ain't gonna just single out Smack. Let's just say, RBE as an entity, URL as an entity, ARP being the face of RBE, and Smack obviously being the face of URL. He want them to stop portraying themselves as this honorable, company that does straight business, that like they don't fuck with people, like people bother them. Like, he want them to, if anything, he want them to acknowledge that, because he feels like in public, they're not being straight up, but behind the scenes they doing a bunch of crude, wicked shit. Like their business tactics are like unusual. You feel me? It's like to be compared to what white people do type shit. You feel me? So if anything, I wouldn't say he want acknowledgement as like, okay, we see you, y'all the little brothers, RBE, okay? Hey, yes, we see you. Good job. You guys are doing good over there. Y'all had a bunch of classic battles, and it is what it is. We respect y'all as a battle league. He don't want that. He don't give a fuck about that. Listen, the fact that they're being sued, we're going to get into that, but the fact that they're being sued is acknowledgement. That's why he said in the tweet, not all responses, and I'm paraphrasing, not all responses have to be verbal. Think about it. They been acknowledged him. What the fuck is you geeking for? Every time they block one of his battles, that's acknowledging him. But we keep going. All right, so you also said he want ARP feel like he should be able to use their battles, and you insinuated this, but you did say some of these words. You said ARP want to be able to use their battlers. He want URL to admit they competition, that RBE is competition to them, and just let them do it. Like he said it like in a facetious way, like he was pretty much saying like RBE just want to be able to just book the niggas that URL built and smacking him don't say or do nothing about it. Like, he kind of feel like, and this is an assumption, I kind of feel like Henny Man feel like it is like they have the right, like smacking them have the right to stop these battles on RBE, because those battle rappers belong to Smack. Like, that's kind of how you said it, you feel me? So I kind of feel you made me feel like that's what you was trying to say, you feel me? And I don't feel like ARP feel that way. I'm not his fucking psychiatrist. I don't know what the nigga think. I'm just going based off of, you know what I mean, his personality, you feel me? The type of person he has shown us to be. And the same thing with smacking him, feel me? You compared this nigga to shit, bro. Come on, bro. That was like low-key disrespectful. You like literally compared. You said if URL is a person and RBE is shit. Like, you meant that. When you said it, you meant it too. Like you felt that. Like that's how you feel. Like, then, bro, you watch listen to the video, bro, because it's a voiceover, not a voiceover, but it's audio. You feel me? Bro, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. It felt like you felt that way when you said, and RBE is some shit. Like, if I step into shit, of course I'm gonna be upset. But when I clean my shoe or go buy a new pair of tennis shoes, I'm not gonna give a fuck about it. But why do RBE? I get the analogy, but the analogy only makes sense if RBE is what you're trying to. Not only say what you're trying to do, like how you feel about them in your head, like how you represent them in your mind, like. You feel me? Because you said something that made me feel like you don't feel like RBE is really like that significant. You said they're not even 1, 2, 3 battle. They're not number 1, number 2, number 3, probably not even number 4 battle league in battle rap right now. You named other leagues, but we're gonna get into that. But that analogy, smacks URL, the person stepping in shit and washing his shoes off and it not being such a big deal after that, only makes sense. That analogy only makes sense if RBE is what you're trying to make them out to be. And if anything, we could say Smack was minding their business. Like, they was doing events, they was booking battle rappers. They never, come on, bro. Like, it's obvious they never consulted with smacking them about, okay, is it okay if I book JC? Is it fine if I book Daylight? Is it cool if I book this person? That's how these battles was able to get blocked or whatever. But what I'm saying is this, like, they was doing their own thing. They was doing their own events, paying these battle rappers to do whatever it is they want them to do, and smacking them Smack must have walked to the shit then. He must have seen the shit laying on the ground and walked over, not Smack, URL. URL must have seen the shit. Like, they seen the feces on the ground, they decided to walk over there and purposely step in it. Now, we can use that analogy. I think that's a better analogy. Like, they seen the shit being RBE, and they decided to walk over there, right, and step in it. And they washed the shit off their shoes, and they still not happy. They're still mad about the shit they stepped in. Because here, it's how you said it was 7 years ago when he made that tweet, challenge accepted. It's 7 years later, and they're still having quarrels. They're still having discrepancies. This person taking this person to court. This person paying for these battle is not the battle on that platform. These persons offering people contracts and saying, you can battle here, but one of the stipulations is you don't battle on RBE. This shit is still going on today. So obviously, they're still upset about the shit they stepped on. So that's why it's not a good analogy. Feel me? Now, we can talk about the 1, 2, 3 like that. Come on, bro. GTX, they're having good battles, but as a league, they're not bigger than RBE. Like, let's keep it a bean. They only a month in, if 2 months in at the most. They only 2 months in when it comes to events, bro. They had great battles. They threw a few successful events, bro. But to say they're bigger than RBE, I don't know, bro, but GTX is hot right now. I wouldn't say they're number 2. You feel me? Who else you name? The Riot. Come on, stop what you're doing, bro. Stop what you're doing. The riot is like, but the riot is, come on, bro. It's nowhere near as big as RBE. Like, people talk about RBE, the battle league, the brand. Like, people talk about the riot, but the biggest highlights from that be the battles they thrown. They talking more about the battles that happen on that platform rather than the platform itself. Nobody is saying, oh, I'm gonna go to the riot, yeah, and I'm gonna get on, you feel me? I'm gonna battle on the riot, and then Smack and them gonna call me, you feel me? P gonna try to get me on a Survivor. So, like, when people think about going somewhere, you feel me, through a look, they're thinking about, before I'm talking about trying to get to Smack, they're thinking about places like RBE. Matter of fact, they're thinking about the ride. I ain't even gonna do that. They're thinking about the ride and places like GTX and, you know what I mean? What's the other? Come on, what's the other? iBattle, Bullpen. I'm gonna keep it a bean. You feel me? Yeah, they thinking about it, but I can't agree with you, bro. Like, RBE is still number 2, bro. Now we could put GTX in place of. We could put GTX in place of KOTD. And I think we could put GTX number 4, but we not just going to exclude RBE from out the top 3 because they ain't throw a max out in a minute. They still be having battles. Like, the niggas still talk about their battles. RBE is probably the second most talked about league. Let's keep it a bean. Anybody talking about no GTX in the streets, bro? The fuck? And then the last thing, the challenge accepted thing, bro, because you try to make it seem like RBE kind of like through the first stone, if you will. Like, bro, if he said challenge accepted, obviously, one, he's not being direct. But we all know, like, niggas know how to read between the lines. Like, niggas ain't stupid. Obviously, they did something to him. If I'm saying challenge accepted, obviously somebody issued me a challenge. So why isn't the person who is issuing a challenge? Oh, I forgot. You said it was an imaginary challenge. It wasn't a real challenge. Smacking them. Stop what you're doing, bro. Come on, bro. Stop what you're doing. Just stop what you're doing. You know they did something, bro. Like, that man ain't delusional, bro. Like, that's how I know you're being biased. That's how I know you chose a side, bro, which is cool, because I fuck with RBE. I fuck with Smack. You feel me? People are a little sensitive these days, so they might watch this video and think I fuck with RBE more. True bad or not, man.